You just really can't see on the screen what you can see in person. I guess that means I'm a whole lot prettier than I can tell, but there's a crescent moon on the right, and it's like really not picking up well. And then there's a star, and I know you can see them, but you cannot see them the way that I can see them. The moon looks much more like medium-ish, and it's actually very crescent. And then there's this second star up there. So it's kind of like that. And I don't know if this means something. But this moon and this star like that, probably, I don't think I've ever quite seen this combination. Like so prominent, like the star is so prominent. I mean, there are lots of stars, but this is a very prominent star, at least on this night right now. Those are geese, I guess, flying by. I can't see them in person, but I can see them on the screen. Oh no, maybe it's just a reflection of the cars driving. I'm not sure, actually. But anyway, I wish I could get this moon and stuff to show better, but I can't. But I really feel like, intuitively, that there's something to this. I don't know. Could that be like my star, and could that be like somebody who was supposed to get their ass together and didn't? I don't know, but I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about anybody but myself and my children, and I'm not really worried. I'm trusting and believing in justice, and I know too much has happened in my life when I had no clue I was being like targeted and stalked and set up my whole life, even into a almost 30-year false marriage that never happened, where everyone just showed up to the church and we went through the motions and there was no real marriage, and instead a hex was put on me. Anyway, yeah, I think those lights are just a reflection of the car lights when they go by. But I wonder if this means something, because I've wondered about my birth chart, and I feel that I'm probably stolen, or adopted, but probably stolen. Probably like the secret societies just have basically been controlling everything. So I feel that it was recognized like who I am or what I am, or that I have this spectacular potential. And, you know, like my star's provenance, right? But I was placed with, and if they are my blood family, then I don't know, like maybe, I don't know if Janine is my mom. I think that the one I thought was my mom is actually probably not my mom, but there's lots of ways I could speculate. Maybe, yeah, it doesn't really matter, but I wonder if this means something, and I sure wish that I could capture better what I'm seeing, because it is beautiful in person. But what I'm looking at my phone is not so beautiful. So hey, I wonder if that's the same with me. I just did the sauna, so the little bit of makeup I had on has smeared, which is just eye makeup, just a little bit of eyeliner. Pretty much hardly ever wear very much makeup. I buy it and I think I want to, and then it's like so hot and I'm sweaty and I'm like, no. But anyway, maybe I'm a lot prettier than I show up on camera too. And yeah, maybe this means something. Probably there are people in the secret society who know that it does, who study astrology, and they know how close my justice is. And as I was doing the massage bed, I kind of wanted it to like keep going because it feels so nice, and then I was like, I knew that I only had a few minutes. I wasn't looking at the timer, so I didn't know exactly how many minutes, but it was like I had this like, you know, little download kind of thing, like it stopped before. Okay, I was sitting there talking to myself saying it's gonna come soon, or it's gonna be over soon. And then it was like right away, like it was like, oh, that's a download, that's a, you know, you're speaking about the massage bed, but it's really, what you're really speaking about is also like all this bullshit. And it was like right away I knew. And so then I was like, it's gonna be done soon. And then I thought, I don't know if I said it out loud, it'll probably be done before you're expecting. And the thing stopped like almost instantly, like probably 2 or 3 seconds later. Whereas I maybe thought maybe I thought I had a minute or something, or a minute and a half, or a couple minutes. And that also was like a prophecy, like my new beginning and justice and all this is coming sooner than I imagined. Just, you know, and I mean, that doesn't happen every time I do something or think something or say something, but I know when it is. I might not know right away. I had prophesied something to a man the other night, and I was innocently just speaking about a bus driver, and it ended up being a prophecy about me. I deserve my break. And, you know, you run into red lights sometimes, and y'all have a red light. You can't destroy me, but you already knew that. You just tried anyway, like the fools that you are. So I wonder if this is my star, or if this means something, and I tend to think that it does. This other one off on the side, I don't know about that. And of course there are other stars in the sky tonight, but they are not shining like this one by the moon. And then this one, while less prominent as far as brightness goes, at least from my perspective, my limited perspective here with my naked eyes, in person, it looks like the one by the moon is shining brighter. But, you know, I see like some other stars which probably are not going to pick up on the camera, but they're out there further out or whatever. I don't believe nonsense that we're told that like what we're looking at is like non-existent anymore, and all that's bullshit. That's like the whole like NASA, we've gone to the moon bullshit, which they ripped that out after how many years of not traveling to the moon. So you know that they're desperate. And once you realize this is a flat plane with, you know, like our face, it's got mountains and valleys and things. It has depth to it. Earth does, but it's still a face of the earth, which actually is in the Bible. See, they have to tell us certain things. And then they just add a bunch of lies, and then they like have whole dogmas teaching that the Bible doesn't actually say what it does, and they do that in so many areas. But we haven't been to the moon, and I wonder if this is my star. My justice is here, and I'm prettier than I know I am.